How you feeling, man?
Great.
Good
I'm
to
great.
see you.
You too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Eddie Berg, Imminence.
Yeah.
It's an honor just to freaking hang out with you, man.
Yeah. Likewise. Likewise.
Did we meet before? I'm sorry for
Yeah,
my
we
memory.
actually did.
Okay.
We played a show with you guys in Gothenburg.
Okay.
It was a few years back though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what year? 2016.
2016.
Yeah. Almost 10 years ago.
Almost 10 years ago. I'm sorry. I was in I guess you would call it a whirlwind.
Yeah. No worries.
It was, yeah. Once Eddie joined, we went on a full-on back-to-back world tours. You know, you know how it is. Like your brain's just,
Yeah.
just it's like your brain's just like bouncing off your skull.
Especially us being like a local opening band for you guys for just a one-off. So
To see how far the band's come already, man.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you got so. Just so people are aware, which I didn't know this was gonna happen. So today's your day off.
Yeah. Correct.
And you chose this, and I truly appreciate it, man. You drove from Arizona.
Yeah.
It was a 6-hour drive.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I appreciate the opportunity too, so thank you.
Anytime, man. You guys I was looking on a map, and you guys are from like literally South Sweden.
Yeah. That's right.
Sorry, I don't speak Swedish. Trelleborg?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that's around the third largest city in Sweden as well, right?
Yeah, Malmö. Yeah.
Malmö, yeah. Did you grow up in a village?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Is that more up north? Or no? Or around?
So you could say that I grew up in a village right between Trelleborg and Malmö.
Got it. Okay.
Just the countryside, kind of.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking at it because I typed in what I thought like you said, and it put me somewhere way up north in Sweden. I don't think he moved there as a kid.
No.
Way up north.
But you might have seen something mentioned by Harold, our guitarist.
Okay.
So he was more north in Sweden.
Okay.
And he moved down when he was pretty young. So.
Okay. Yeah. But you grew up around the same area.
Yeah. We went to the same school.
Yeah, you guys went to the same high school together.
Yeah.
Nice. So I didn't know this about you, but you found violin when you were 5.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And your dad, you have a brother, older or
older brother.
An older brother, and your dad would play metal to make you guys fall asleep, right?
Yeah.
What the heck?
So when we were like babies, just to make us used to loud noises, he would play us metal because he loves metal too. So
okay.
It's we grew up with loud music in our home, and yeah.
I don't really understand his concept. I mean, so you play metal to make you guys fall asleep to get so used to loud noises. What
exactly.
Is that?
But he would
what's the theory?
he would do different things. Like he would start vacuuming or shit like that, just to get a noise level to make us be able to sleep through anything, and it really worked. Like I sleep through almost anything.
Oh, so his theory was get him used to loud noises.
Yeah.
So when you're asleep, nothing's gonna wake you up.
Yeah.
Is that like what his thought process?
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah, it did.
What was he playing?
I mean, he would be playing a lot of like Rainbow, Black Sabbath,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay. I was like, metal. That's like over here. I mean, it's a reverse kind of thought process, right?
Yeah.
So this is not gonna make you fall
Yeah.
asleep. I guess your dad treated he treated metal as a white noise.
Yeah.
Right. Just cool. All right. So metal is making you and your older brother pass out, and then there was an open house at a music school.
Yeah.
And you originally wanted to play guitar, but
like I was just 5 years old, and
Yeah.
I thought it sounded like a fun thing. We didn't really have many activities or stuff like that. So, and I was not really into sport, even though I started to do sport as well. Like I trained taekwondo
oh,
at
really?
the same time. Yeah.
How old?
5.
5. Oh,
But Yeah, so
Imminence is serious. Okay, got it.
we went to this open house, checked out the different instruments, and I think I was more inclined to, like drums or guitar, because growing up listening to rock music, right?
Yeah.
But at that school, first of all, I didn't like the drum room because there were like 15 kids banging on everything they could find in the room. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to leave. But then I wanted to check out the guitar room, and I was too young to play. They had an age limit.
Oh, I was like, because it didn't make any sense. Like he's listening
Yeah.
to metal, but he's too. Okay, so the school had an age limit.
Yeah.
What was the age limit?
It was like 7.
Why is there an age limit?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
Weird.
But the violin was available, and yeah, I thought it was kind of cool when I checked that room.
Huh? Maybe
So it was just kind of happenstance,
just by circumstance.
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah,
So in a weird way, it kind of chose you. You think?
yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
And was this the same music school that you would eventually take lessons for 15 years? Or
Yeah.
or was it a
So-
different one?
Yeah, it was for about 13 or 14 years. Yeah.
Mm.
Um,
That's a commitment, dude.
yeah, and it's a school for younger people. Like you don't really take lessons there as an adult.
Okay.
So I had to quit eventually. But then I started to play in an amateur orchestra. And the orchestra leader, he was like a really prominent violinist, but he was
Okay.
retired. So he was just playing in this orchestra for fun. And so I started to take private lessons from him.
And that's where the private lessons came in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. What was the age limit for the violin school? Because it was just for kids, right?
Yeah, I mean, until you kind of, I think it was,
What, like 15 or something?
no, 20 or something.
20?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had to be like, okay, you're like an adult.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
I think it's kind of when you go through regular school, you can also do that. Like they're separate, but I think it's kind of mandatory.
yeah. They kind of treated you like one of those kids that was too old to go out trick or treating, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I trick or treated in high school. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you see the looks. Okay, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Okay,
Yeah.
it's too old. Okay, cool, man. And then you met your guitar player Harold. In high school.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. We actually first met because we both grew up like in small villages,
Yes.
but they were separate. And so I would go to like elementary school in my village, but then for high school I had to go to his village. So that we met because we had like classes before high school. Like we would travel to that village for like French, or if you chose German, or for some other sports classes. So we met in French class.
You're taking a French class?
Yeah, like in Swedish school, it was mandatory to have a third language.
A third language.
So you could choose between French or German.
Okay. So where did English come in?
Like when second grade or something. So like we would be 6 or 7 when we started to take English classes.
Classes.
Yeah.
English class. What grade is that?
Yeah,
that-
for us it's
What grade is that? Fuck. I don't know. I get
think
my grades mixed.
we have different like
You're right, yeah.
Yeah. But for us it was second class. I know they do
Second.
it even younger now in Sweden.
Younger.
Yeah.
I probably should have took English.
Yeah.
I should have took English every freaking year, dude. Oh, Eddie, this goes out to you, man.
Cheers.
Cheers, dude. Yeah, and congrats on all the success of your band. I know that you guys made a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah.
You know, you guys you literally you put your own money into doing your first record.
Yeah.
You guys get your own money to book your own tours, producing your own videos.
Yeah.
You guys just full on 100%.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I mean, we started actually the company pretty early, like 2012.
Okay.
Just because we could save on some taxes and stuff, but we would put our private money into the company.
Yeah.
And we would, each person put in like tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Over some course, like over a period of time, of course.
Okay.
But everything, you know, we had everything that was expenses. Like the company or the music was making zero money. So
Of course. Pretty
everything.
common.
Yeah.
You're just spending money and losing money.
Yeah.
It's like no matter what you do, you're just losing money.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of like I'm trying to get back to that mindset. Like how do you put in so much time and money into something and be comfortable with no matter how much time you put into something, once you first start that business, it's just you're just losing money. And there's no amount of time that could fix it.
Yeah.
You know, I just and being a kid, like like early 20s, and we're just you're just jamming shows and you're perfectly comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like how did you, man? What was that mindset?
Yeah, I don't know how that worked out. Like I was making maybe, like when I was finished with school, I was making maybe $1,000 a month on my part-time job, and I somehow managed to make that work. You know.
What was your job?
I was working in a grocery store, my first job.
Okay, first job.
Yeah, but like with fish. So
Fish.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I was an educated chef, so it was easy for me to get a job like that. But I didn't want to work in a restaurant.
Yeah, but you got to work at a restaurant, dude.
Yeah.
That's when you get. I always say this, but man, I think everyone needs to work with food at some point.
Yeah.
It's just when you're around food, because it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But no, it really sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It does something to your, I don't know, psyche.
Yeah.
You know, or
Yeah.
or your ego. When you so your band's been pretty intact. So you guys formed in 2009 to 2010.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's you, Harold, and Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you meet Alex?
He was a friend of a friend, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So Alex went to school in Trelleborg. But when we were starting, you know, to build our band, we knew like, oh, there's one guy in the next city that can play guitar and likes metal. So yeah.
Alex is here, actually.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Did he have long hair then? Or no?
No.
Me either. It's fine.
I did.
Huh? You
I
did?
did. Yeah, for a while.
Yeah. You had long hair in high school?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah. When'd you cut it?
After when I went to chef school.
Oh, you probably had to cut it, huh?
No.
No?
But I got dreadlocks.
Yeah, dreadlocks?
Yeah, I did for a summer.
Yeah. You have any photos?
No, they're gone. They're erased.
You destroyed them.
It was an accident though. Like I had an old hard drive that fell to the floor. With all the, we had recordings of all the first shows we did with Imminence. Bunch of pictures.
It's all gone?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks,
So like
dude.
the first 4 years was saved on that hard drive.
Oh,
and
I'm
it fell to
sorry.
the floor. Yeah. But I hated to have dreadlocks because it was way too hot for me. So
Yeah.
I just cut it off.
Man, I'm sorry. All the history, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had someone take care of like all of our first shows, like first 5 shows.
Yeah.
We had someone take care of it, and that footage is gone.
Yeah.
It's like you can never get it back.
Yeah.
It's like like right now, when like where you guys are at, we have perfect just to.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so cool to fucking put it out, man.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. All right, cool. So your first job was working with grocery
Yeah.
and fish. It seems like you guys were really into like communicating, like, hey, we're just gonna go all in and just start,
Yeah.
just do the record full time and just start going, or what?
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Like, we were doing different things at that time, and Harold was studying at university, and so. But I really felt early on that this was something that I wanted to do, something that I wanted to pursue, because I was actually thinking about doing classical music and studying classical music, but I knew that I would have to make a choice. I wouldn't have time to do both.
Yeah.
I chose metal.
You chose metal.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a trip for you. Like you never even with how much time you put into it. You didn't even imagine yourself being like a solo violinist. Like you never once even like consider it with your band
No.
until like your second record,
Our third record.
your third.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes life is literally like sometimes what your answer is just right in front of your face.
Yeah.
It was right there the whole time, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get out of high school and then you started to you started to really get into like pop stuff like 30 Seconds to Mars, like Ed Sheeran kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is that around like at the same time? Am I
I
wrong
mean,
there?
30 Seconds to Mars was a bit earlier, so that's like
Okay.
one of my gateway bands, I would
Oh,
say.
okay. Nice.
Like, and like Linkin Park, stuff like that. And then I had like a proper new metal phase.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you talk about Linkin Park a lot, so I'm trying not to to rehash it.
Yeah,
That
like, but I was listening a lot to like Korn, to Mudvayne,
Hmm.
all of those bands.
explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the first records you bought with your own money, huh?
Yeah, I think Hybrid Theory might have been one of the first ones.
Mm.
Yeah. We used to go to a record shop and
Okay.
just like check out CDs. I would check out, if they had a cool album cover, you could listen to it in the store a little bit with the headphones. It was sick.
Yeah. There's something about those headphones too.
Yeah.
There's something about you look back. I'm like, what was this? What is something about? Just the sound. It's just the way it hit your ear. I'm like, there's something about it, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. There's nothing like it. The only feeling you get that's close that it scratches the itch, but it won't fully scratch it is when you're hearing back songs from the first time in the studio.
Yeah.
There's something about raw sound coming out of speakers. It scratches the itch from like when you were a kid.
Yeah.
There's something about those speakers there in those rooms.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And also, what scratches the itch is these headphones do.
Yeah.
When I hear people play, like it's just there's something it takes me back there.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man. Well, cool. Do you still I'm sorry to go backwards, but do you still? When was the last time you trained taekwondo? When was the?
I stopped like when I got out of school.
Okay.
So I think I was 18 or 19.
What did you learn? Just how to kick ass? What's the?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of like self-defense and
Yeah.
a lot of like patterns and stuff like that.
Okay. So you're doing it for a while.
Yeah, like 13, 14 years.
Fuck, dude. I think that's so important for people to learn any kind of like martial art.
Yeah.
In my
it's great.
late 20s, I don't like talking about it because I feel like I'm trying to be cool. Like, oh, this is I did this. But after like 27, I got into Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Started training Muay Thai once a week.
Yeah.
Because at the time we didn't know that if we were gonna. Is this you? We'd.
No.
Oh, dude, do you still have the gi?
I might have. I think
You can't lose the gi, man.
it might be somewhere at my parents' place.
Oh man, you got to keep those, man.
Yeah.
You gotta
I
keep
can't
the gi.
remember like what happened to it because I've moved a few times since I
Okay.
packed it down. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, yeah. There's something about learning. I think everyone should learn some kind of. I don't know. Like, I guess the dumb way to put it is learn some kind of fighting style.
Yeah.
To me, it ups your confidence, but also at the same time, again, it goes back to that backwards thinking. It makes you not want to get into a confrontation.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's it did something to me. I did that for a few years. Yeah, and I'll pop in now every once in a while, but it's kind of knowing what you would do to somebody.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's just at like I don't know at like the bar you'll see. I don't know. Yeah, there's like a couple of times at like the bar where like someone's trying to be weird, but I don't know. There's just something about it. It just calms you. And when you start training, the last thing you want to do is fight anybody.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like a backwards. The last thing you want to do.
Yeah.
So, you ever been in a fight at all?
No,
No?
not in a real fight.
Good.
Yeah. Because
Good.
we were taught to like de-escalate or to get away. You know, it was
Oh,
only
yeah.
self-defense. Like it was, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was going to ask you. What's like your big takeaway from his classes?
A lot of a lot of that, but a
Mm.
lot of discipline and
Discipline.
respect. Yeah,
That's why you respect people.
yeah.
Yeah. How do you? Yeah. How do you de-escalate? Because a lot of people don't know how to do that.
I usually those few times I've been in a situation, I've just used my voice actually,
Mm.
getting in
Yeah.
the middle, and screaming someone in the face, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right tactic, but it worked.
So someone had a higher voice with you, but you came in with like a very calm.
So it was
Like,
like we were out with a couple of friends, and you know there were some guys walking around with like iron pipes, being cool, and
oh, those guys.
yeah, we had one guy with us who was, you know, he was triggered by stuff like that, so he would just run straight in and try to start a fight. So
Oh no.
we were a group, they were a group, but I got in between and just like
Hey, it's
made
cool.
everyone go home. You know.
Like, hey, everything. You say it really calm. Hey, everything's cool, but you want to do something. I mean, I could fuck you up. Dude, yeah, I had a. Dude, it's true. I had something happen to me, and it was. You ever played the soundstage?
The what?
A soundstage in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
Baltimore, I think, is the proper way to say it. But yeah, we went to. I don't know. We were just. Okay, I'll be honest. I was talking to me and some chick were talking,
Yeah.
and then apparently she was with the guy friend that liked her.
Yeah.
So okay, but they're leaving. This guy got in my face.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just chilling. Like, she's hanging out with me, man. And then you guys are leaving, and I was kind of walking with them because literally they're walking towards the car, but our transportation is right by their car, so it's awkward.
Yeah.
So I'm walking with you guys. And it's I told him, dude, what's up, dude? He's like, don't fucking touch me. But I was just so even keeled.
Yeah.
It's just it makes someone not want to do anything.
Yeah.
It's like you're not. It's like why would you fight someone that's just talking calmly to you?
Yeah.
You know, it kind of. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, I mean, I haven't about that in years, but I think Muay Thai probably taught me that.
Yeah.
Just knowing I don't know, knowing what you would do. It's like I would just fucking kick your knees right here, dude. But that's the last thing, you know,
Yeah.
we would do.
Yeah.
Do next record, next music video, bring out the gi. Because first of all, I'm pissed because you came here wearing a blazer. And I could have brought my blazer, dude.
Yeah.
It would have been sick, man.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
And it's all good, man. Okay, so so you took lessons for violin for over 15 years, and thank you for bringing it and bringing your setup, man.
Yeah.
So
No worries.
so just to be transparent, I don't know anything about the violin.
Yeah.
I don't know like any like brands.
Yeah.
So how did you go about like, you know, finding one, and how do you?
I think I found it because, you know, we didn't have a lot of money growing up. Like we were not poor, but it's like
Sure.
couldn't afford expensive instruments. And the first violin that I could afford to buy for myself was Geva, and it costed me like $1,000.
Okay.
And that's actually the brand I'm still playing on. Oh, it's a GEWA.
we put GABA, I think.
Not guava.
Okay.
So they do
Sick, dude.
they do many different like levels of violins, like cheaper student violins to
Okay.
more
Nice.
professional.
Okay, it's sick, dude.
Yeah.
So this is what you've been playing since you were a kid. Same.
No, that's what I bought like when I had a job. So before that, I had like a really cheap
Yeah.
factory made
Yeah.
violin. Yeah.
Man, you have some discipline, dude. Did that come from? Did that come from like your martial arts training? Because taking lessons for 15 years, dude.
I don't
I
know.
don't know anyone that took lessons for 15 years.
I don't know. Like, you go through different phases of growing up, right?
And,
And
dude, and they're all your phases.
yeah, but
Crazy.
every time I had, one of those fits where you're like, I think I want to quit.
Mm.
My parents would say, please give it one more year and see how you feel.
Mm.
Like they were never pushing me into the music or forcing
Yeah.
me to do anything, but they also
Mm.
didn't want me to just quit something that I've had done for years.
Mm.
So I just stuck with it, and
So even when so you wanted to quit at some point.
yeah, a few times, like through when you go in high school and stuff.
Sure.
Um, and I think it was when I stopped at that music school. I think I had like maybe a year or something without taking any
Oh.
lessons, and I started to miss it, and that's why I joined.
Oh wow, it's cool.
That's why I joined that amateur orchestra. Yeah,
Mm. So the orchestra kind of reunited the.
yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun to play, not just play for yourself, but to play together with other people and
Yeah.
have like real concerts and having a goal with your playing.
Oh yeah, so it kind of gave you like a goal.
Yeah, yeah,
Say hey we got a show and you're playing with like. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're playing with people that know how to read music, correct?
yeah. You have to if you
You
want to
have
play
to.
in an orchestra.
Dude. You know how to read music, huh?
Yeah,
So you could sit there and play in real time and just read this, right?
yeah, yeah.
Is that I always wonder that if I see an orchestra, I'm like, are they just learning in real time? Because they're just looking and they're all playing at the same time.
Yeah, but
I always wonder like how that worked.
I mean, you need to practice a lot. So it's not just
Yeah.
like looking at a new piece and just playing it, unless you're
Okay.
incredibly talented, I
Mm.
guess, or wonder child.
Fuck, dude, I haven't read music since I was a child.
Yeah,
I learned Mary Had a Little Lamb.
yeah.
But it was just
Got to start somewhere.
yeah, just with a high E. But I couldn't read music, so I learned it. I memorized it, so I made the teacher seem like I was playing, like I was reading it, but I had to memorize the song.
All right.
So-
Yeah.
Now fuck, dude, reading music is that's another level, and you've been around such talented people. Yeah, I would assume that will really give you a fire.
Yeah. yeah.
Seeing, were those your first shows or?
No, we'd done stuff before. Like before we started Imminence, we started to play like a bunch of friends, just playing covers. So I think that was when I was 15 or so.
So is that at
And
you and Harold and Alex in the community basement?
No, not Alex. So it was me, Harold, and some other people.
Okay.
So that's why that was never Imminence, And
Yeah.
we played some shows like
Okay.
local
Sure.
things, but so I've been on the stage before, and also going to the music school. Even from the beginning, you would have like 1 or 2 times a year a concert. So you had to play by yourself, like
Okay.
together with other people, but you
Yeah.
played separately. Show your parents or your relatives like how you're progressing, I guess. So I was kind of used to doing that.
Yeah. So you have to show them, hey, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm learning, dude. I'm killing it. I'm playing violin, dude, with a bunch of freaking awesome people, dude. Yeah, because in a band you could kind of hide behind, like
Yeah.
But if you're in an orchestra, like you're kind of in like the forefront, right? You're kind of like if you
I
fuck
mean-
up, like you kind of hear it.
Yeah, like so we had a pretty small orchestra, and as you know, you have like sections of violinists. So you have
Yeah.
3 different sections playing 3 different things,
Yeah.
but you're multiple people in each section. So I
Okay.
think we would be maybe around 5 people per section.
Mm.
But the band leader there, he was pretty ruthless. Like during rehearsals, he would call someone out, like stop playing, and just like localizing who did wrong. And
Yo.
yeah. Yeah. So he would go through each one like, now you played, and you had to play it alone without anyone else.
Everyone's just listening,
and when it
looking
was,
at you.
yeah,
Just looking at you.
that was brutal.
Oh, shit. But it probably helped you, though.
Yeah, because he would then show how to do it properly and like try it more like this. Yeah.
Would you know that? Would you know when you fucked up? Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He definitely heard it.
Yeah.
Eddie Berg, stand up, you fuck.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hell yeah, man. Okay, so first of all, I've been I got to be professional for a second. Your record, The Black. It's a very interesting record, and that's self-released.
Yeah.
Correct. You guys have been doing things yourself.
Yeah.
I saw. I mean, what's that workload like, man? Holy crap!
Yeah. I mean, for this record, like we have a distributor, so it wasn't really much more to it. I mean, a few different things that you are more responsible for, I would say, than when you're on a label.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too bad.
No. You can't. If this makes any sense, you can't tell.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I had to like find like research. Oh shit! Like, was this up release? Oh wow! I didn't even know. It's just because I guess when you put on Spotify, you just assume.
Yeah.
It's just signed to this or not. It's kind of inspiring, man, to see like a band like successfully do it.
Thank you.
Because everyone's trying to figure out new ways to do something, and just I wasn't too sure what. So then you released it again.
Yeah.
Right. So was that just with like some more singers on there, like more?
Yeah,
more
we had some feature artists.
Okay.
We had 2 new singles with it. We had 1 new instrumental track, and then we have some remixes as well from Val, who's in the studio here today as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds sick, dude. Congrats.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Do you still have your Harry Potter books?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
do.
still got them? Okay, cool. Hell yeah,
You
man.
found out.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
digging deep.
Oh, yes. Okay. Because how big is that series? That's
7 books.
It's 7 books.
Yeah.
And you read this before you were 11, right?
I think I was reading the first book around that time, like when I was 10, 11.
Okay.
And it was pretty cool because I read them all through my childhood, and then they would come out to the theaters as well. And I was kind of like in the perfect age, like I was the same age as Harry Potter in the books.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
when I was
shit,
reading,
that's
so it was really
weird.
cool. Yeah,
It's kind of like you guys were like growing up together.
yeah,
Okay.
it was really cool.
What was the language of the book?
I was reading it in Swedish.
Swedish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I figured that.
Yeah,
Because it's a massive.
yeah. I wasn't that advanced in English by that point, so
Okay.
yeah.
Harry, there's something about having books around you. Okay, so there's 7,
Yeah,
and he's growing up as you're reading.
yeah,
Okay, is that what's happening?
yeah.
Okay. Did you ask your parents, hey, I just want some Harry Potter books, or what's the?
Yeah, I mean, they would encourage us reading. I think my brother had it at first. He's 3 years older than me. So I would I would start reading too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read this. Yeah, I was gonna ask you when you were growing up in the village, like what were you what was your upbringing like?
Nothing super exciting, I would say.
Okay.
Like it's a very small, calm village in Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
Middle class family.
Because Malmo is, I think, as of 2024, the population is 300,000,
Yeah.
and Trelleborg is, I think, 70,000.
Yeah, that's the whole municipality, but I think
Yeah.
the city might be 30, 40,000.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay. Now, nice. So you're pretty chill.
Yeah.
Kind of explains. Okay, I'm just. Did that help your discipline at all? Like,
I mean, I think it helped me to continue doing those activities, like
okay.
playing the violin and training taekwondo, because you wanted something to do, you wanted an activity to do.
Yeah. So you know what, dude? I'm just gonna shred. Just gonna freaking shred, dude.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. Can we? So you brought your pedal board.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you have pedals. So you put your violin through the pedals.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's sick. And these are guitar pedals.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like what else would you use,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, there isn't anything specific, I think. I've seen some stuff come out, but this is how I started, so it works out great.
What has come out since?
Well, the pickup that I use,
Yeah.
this brand, they also do pedals for acoustic instruments.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know if they're mainly targeted towards acoustic guitars, but I think it's like in general for acoustic instruments. But I haven't tried them out.
But that's just the pickup itself. That's the freaking
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how does it pick up the sound?
So the pickup is here. It's integrated into the bridge. I don't know if you want me to show it to the camera. And then that wire goes through the jack mount.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And then wireless transmitter to the pedal board.
Do you still Velcro that thing down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You have to.
It's pretty loose. So for the shows, you put it in here so it sits tight.
Okay, so where does again, Eddie? I don't know anything about violin. So is there like a wood you get? Is there like a certain like scale length you get? And what's like the?
No, I mean, this is standard. This is a standard violin size.
That's a standard violin size.
I mean, you have like there are people who make these freak things, with 5 strings or like modifying it. Then there's more like electrical violin, stuff like that. But if you just look at a classic violin, this is like a standard.
That's just classic.
Yeah, yeah.
And they have 5-string violins.
Yeah.
Have you played them?
No.
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 Okay.
I haven't even tried an electric one.
Really?
No.
You just know what you love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the wood on that? What's the what kind of wood is that?
Good question.
It's just a straight up classical. It looks beautiful, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure which wood this one is, to be honest. This is my latest one.
Awesome. Okay, so where does that go into? So that's plugged in.
Yeah.
And where does
it goes in.
And what's the signal chain?
So first here.
Okay.
To the receiver.
That's the Sennheiser wireless, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this is my newest edition. I bought this on tour. It's an octaver.
Oh, you put the pog through? That's
sick.
Oh, I'm horned up right now. That's sick. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then Sunset, Strymon, distortion. I use both. I have a setting. So A mode is for when I scream into the violin, and B mode is for like distorted violin playing.
Also, so the Strymon Sunset is a distortion pedal.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering what that one was. I'm more familiar with the other two. Okay.
Yeah. And then I have the delay timeline.
Okay. Also Strymon.
Yeah. It's pretty new to me. I don't use a lot of the features. I actually just use 2 presets that I like. But I know you can do so much more with it.
Okay, so you have just strictly two presets.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just for
you know what you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then lastly, I have the Blue Sky for reverb, which is basically almost always on.
It's always on. It's always
going.
going.
It's just a favorite setting. So,
what kind of reverb is it?
I mean, it's pretty big, pretty roomy.
Okay, maybe like a hall or something. Or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I because you can't really. It doesn't say on the pedal. You have to look in the manual, and I
Okay.
think I have to some kind of hall setting. Yeah.
Okay. And for people that are just listening, we'll probably make like a separate video because people want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's simple. It looks very simple.
Yeah. So I just keep adding one thing at a time, and then
What else would you even add?
I would add maybe chorus,
Oh,
maybe
dude, a
tremolo or
chorus.
something, like more modifiers to just play around with the sound of the violin. That would be nice.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's good. It's scary, man. Once you add one more, it keeps going.
Yeah.
Dude, if you get a chorus in, dude, I put a chorus in everything. A chorus,
Yeah.
or you could add a phaser.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
sick. There's Oh, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, we use a lot of chorus on like guitar leads as well.
I mean, yeah, there's I mean, your sound has evolved so much with like every single record, and now it's just nice little things that you could add. Nice little, you know.
Yeah.
And you haven't put the pog on. Have you put the pog on a record yet? Or no?
No, like I usually don't have this at all for the record. Like I would add effects, like
Okay.
VSTs.
Got it.
So this is a way for me to kind of like replicate some of the effects, but it's still, then it becomes like a different sound, so like a live sound
Yeah.
instead of what you hear on the record. But the more stuff I add, I think I might have to start using them as well in the studio. So we'll see.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of it's kind of like an analog vibe.
Yeah.
Hey Jay, can we get a list of their records? I want to try to pull something up. I'm not sure if you have like a list of their records somewhere. But it's a very simple, just
Yeah.
what's this guy? That one.
So that is a favorite switch, and it's like a mini switch.
Go to the Bache.
So I was planning to use it for the Sunset,
Okay.
but I figured out I need a software update on the Sunset.
Oh.
So I'm not using it right now, but once I do, it doesn't matter if these knobs get twisted around. I can just set my sound, kind of what I have on the Blue Sky.
Oh, okay. Smart. I was gonna ask you, Eddie, what do you do for the verse at Come What May?
What I do,
Yeah. God Free Man.
yeah,
This is actually even a better verse. There we go. There it is. There it is.
yeah.
How'd you come up with that?
With
That particular verse part.
that verse part, it started with
The first verse is at a minute 48 in. Nice. Nice.
it started with the intro, to be honest. So
Did
because
it?
it's the same lyrics, or partly the same lyrics.
Mm.
And that's sometimes how we write songs. It's like you have an idea that gives you a strong vibe, and gives you a
Okay.
feeling, and that kind of,
Yeah.
it tells you where it wants to go. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And you get out of your own way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so what, you're just trying to get that out? You're just trying
Yeah,
to, okay,
you're just following on that path and see where the song takes you.
I was curious because I was thinking about how do they write songs? Does like the melody come to him? Is it he thinks of like this violin line? Does like a lyric come to him first, or he just what's the?
It's usually either I have something, a shorter idea, or Harold has an instrumental idea. But in almost every case, the violin comes last.
Comes last.
Yeah.
Okay. So the lyrics are first, and then you kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
you put this fucking wall of emotion on top of it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because a violin is just, it's a fucking, I don't know, I look at it as like it's why I'm trying to figure out how you learned it. It's such like it's a universal thing.
Yeah.
You know, like whenever someone hears violin, you just it's like everyone you just feel that like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you remember one time I was walking quick story, and then I was walking at so you're right by Disneyland. You're like right by it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's in Anaheim, which you played the House of Blues last year,
Yeah.
and there's this walking around. There's this guy. His name is you want to know the new artist? Drew Tredick. He's a really cool player, and you just hear it, and I just started crying.
Yeah.
A grown man, I started crying. I bought. He had 3 CDs. I just bought them.
Yeah.
It's like it's
That's
just
so
like
cool.
man. It's just like a. It's just such an emotion, man. Oh yeah, he is an older guy. You you ever heard of this guy?
No.
Drew Tredick. He might be only local.
Okay.
Oh, he's sick, dude. This is one of the songs. Yeah, it just awakens something in you, man.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
it's just
Special.
It's just fucking and so it's interesting for you. It's last.
Yeah. That's
Interesting.
usually how it goes. Because you kind of, at the end of the day, you're writing songs like as a band, and with obviously with vocals and lyrics, and you want to have that in place, to
Totally.
see. Yeah. Then sometimes the violin can become a bigger part of the song, like have its
Yeah.
own solo, like we had on our last record.
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of it's the same thing. It kind of it reveals itself because it feels like the natural thing to do.
Oh, it just comes to you.
Yeah.
You just get out of your own way. It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy how. I've heard you talk about is like the more time that passes, the more you strip away and let the violin kind of be more prominent. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that from your first record to the second, you took a lot more time. You know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it seems like you were really trying to find you're really trying to find the sound.
Yeah.
You know.
We were first of all, we were not really happy with the outcome of our first album, just like how it sounded. We had a different vision in our heads, and for us, it felt kind of like, we were not really a known band, but we still had some videos that went well, for us at least, before that album came out. And then we felt there was kind of a decline in a way with the first album. Like, it didn't have the same response as those previous EPs we put out. I think we just wanted to try something new and see what we could come up with.
What was the first song you came up with that was we should follow this? Was it This Is Goodbye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that the first one? Was like, oh wait,
Yeah.
there's like kind of something here.
Yeah, and that was also the first time that me and Harold was like starting to learn how to work in a DAW. Because before that, it was Alex and Peter in the band who was like working in the DAW and recording the demos and stuff like that, and we had no knowledge of that. And so in between writing those albums, we tried to learn a lot how the DAW works, how we can record ourselves, and become better songwriters. So I think that took some time to figure out, and it took some songs as well. Like,
Yeah. How do you figure that out? Were you just let's just keep we got something here. We just let's just keep writing songs
yeah,
and see where this goes? Is that how did you develop that?
yeah, we just wrote songs, and I think we were never really like happy. It didn't feel like we had an album, even though we probably had songs enough for it.
Interesting. So you had a record like, is this something's missing?
Yeah, it's more like it doesn't feel like we do have a record yet. Like there's no, doesn't connect. There's no red dots. There is no feeling of it. And when we found the new sound, then we got excited and we got inspired to create something completely new for us.
It's funny how This Is Goodbye, is that the last track of that record?
Yeah, I think so.
Huh. Okay, so
Or it's the first one. I don't. I think it's the first one.
it's the first one? Oh wait, wait, is it both?
Yeah,
It
there's
is
an
both.
acoustic.
That's okay. That's why I got fucked up. Watch. So
Might be.
so we're both right. We're
yeah.
both. I'm like, someone's wrong. Don't make me look like an idiot, Eddie. Jeez, you're trying to kill me, dude. Jeez. Yeah. So there's acoustic. So how many songs did you have when that song came up? Did you so the record was kind of done? What
No, like
or you had like 6 songs or like
nothing. We scrapped everything. We threw everything away.
Oh, but how many songs did you scrap? So what you wrote a record.
Almost, yeah.
So how many did you have?
Hard to tell. Maybe 10 to 15, but not like at least started ideas, like our half-written songs too. So, but yeah, probably 10 full songs and some more ideas.
Were you guys like this is fascinating. Like, so what, you just kept writing a song after another, like nothing really clicked. You're just kind of writing songs, nothing was feeling right, but you guys.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
And then what was the conversation like where, hey, we should probably scrap everything?
I don't think it was really a big conversation because we never committed to those songs or like went to the studio with them or something. It's just demos. So when we found this new thing, we just got really excited, started writing more songs in this type of style. And then it started to make more sense.
So what was different about this song? Did you write it the same or did you write it differently?
I mean, it was a bit different for us. Like we would use way more synthesizers than we had done previously. We would work more with like the vocals and vocal arrangements. It's definitely more poppy. I think it just excited us to try something new.
Okay, so was it like we're gonna try something new, or this was an accident? It was like
yeah, like in a way. We started working like before, like between those two albums. We did an acoustic short EP, and that's the first time we worked with a producer who were like sharing the same building as us in where we had our rehearsal. And we knew he was like a pop producer. So he helped us to rearrange and write these acoustic tracks and would record my vocals. And we just liked the way that he worked. And it was like a total different focus on the vocal aspect of the song and to have everything fit together melody-wise. And so it was cool because made me like be forced to use my voice in ways I haven't tried before. And that was an interesting path to follow.
So you just, hey, try this. You're like, no.
No.
Yes. Oh no. But what you tried and it's worked.
Yeah. We liked to work with him, and then we wanted to try something new for the new record.
It's funny how you never was that. So again, it was, you mentioned earlier, it wasn't until your third record where you didn't see yourself as like a solo violinist.
Yeah.
So this was like really like the beginnings of.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I mean, for our first album, I had strings on some songs, but it's more like arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
Second album, we just kind of threw that away. Tried to do something new. So yeah, it wasn't until the third one and when it came up. You know, I was
Was that when you came up with the song "Infectious"?
yeah.
Okay, so
Mm.
that again, like another thing where, so that was the first song, right? Of
Yeah.
that you guys wrote
Yeah.
for that record,
Yeah.
correct? Okay, same thing. Oh wait, this is it. Okay, so let's just keep going. So you
Yeah.
went. It was a backwards effect of the one before.
Yeah.
You didn't write last. You wrote it first. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Nice. It's just fascinating how you did something pretty much your whole life, Eddie,
Yeah.
and you didn't even think to like,
Yeah.
hey, this is like,
It was right there.
it's right there. You just do it. It's right there, man.
No, to be honest, it had a lot to do with me not being confident enough as a player.
Did you get that from school, or the amateur orchestra? You think?
Yeah, it definitely what made me more confident was taking those private lessons because
Hmm.
I got to I think I did it for like 1.5 year or 2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And he fixed a lot of problems I had with my playing.
What problems do you
Just
have?
things like posture and position of like how you
Mm.
hold the violin or the bow, and
Mm.
yeah,
So he helps you with your confidence.
yeah,
That's massive, man.
yeah.
If you're confident, it's a game changer, man. If you're just
I remember
fuck.
I was I was like sweating because I was pretty nervous to start taking like lessons from him. Uh, and the first lesson, he just wanted to look at my sheets and he asked me to play something from it, and it took like 1 second and told me to stop. And then he was
Oh
like,
yeah,
"Who
dude.
was your teacher before? You can forget everything you've learned."
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
15 years?
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
yeah.
What did you think?
Uh, I mean, I thought it was great because I learned so much from him. I learned more from him
Yo,
in that time than I did like through my whole childhood.
dude, 14, 15 years?
Yeah.
Got to unlearn that? Holy crap. Well, I mean, I hear that a lot with if you want to evolve, whether it's your business or you as a person, or for our thing is band or instrument, sometimes you got to unlearn,
Yeah.
like learn how to unlearn quick. That's how you can evolve quickly.
Mm.
It's so true, man. Yeah, I've unlearned a lot.
Yeah.
You know, instrument this, uh, getting your confidence back,
Yeah.
or sometimes someone will tell you something like, oh, it could be junior high or fucking high school. Like it just that little nugget of like insecurity just stays there. Some that fucked up thing someone said about you, it just stays
Yeah.
right there and it just affects everything.
Yeah.
I've had that.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. All right, so first second you said unlearn.
Mm.
Okay, then at that point you're just strapping for it, ready for the ride, or
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm. What were like I don't know. What do you think the big thing was? What was the biggest thing you had to unlearn? That was like the hardest to unlearn.
I mean, it wasn't really that I wasn't playing the violin upside down or some shit.
Sure.
It's just more minor tweaks,
Hmm.
but it it I felt like it really helped me. You know when you feel it when
Yeah.
you're learning something and you feel
Oh
that
yeah,
it's
yeah,
getting like better and
yeah.
by a lot and for a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the feeling I got.
And what period were you in as with the band as you're taking like the private lessons?
Must have been, let me think, that that's hard, man. I think maybe it must have been after the first album, I feel like.
Okay, so the timeline's pretty dead
And
on. So the first record's done. You're fucking not stoked. You're pissed, and then you're learning as you're writing the second record. Am I?
yeah, I'd like to say that, but I'm actually unsure about the timeline.
Were you partying too?
Huh?
Were you partying too?
No.
Okay.
No. It's just it was just I don't know, a lot of things that happened around that time. I definitely started in the orchestra like coming out of school, so that would have been 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think I'm pretty correct with the timeline because I would play there for a while before I started taking the lessons. So I think it's
Okay.
around that time, yeah, around the time we released the first album.
Did the jamming with the orchestra, did that do the same thing? Did it digress you actually, or no?
Well, that really helped me too.
Oh, so it helped. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because you would, I would learn a lot, and like I said earlier, that it put up goals. You know, we had concerts to play, and you had music to learn that you need to perform. So it was great.
So yeah, so private lessons help gain confidence.
Yeah,
It's massive, man.
yeah,
Wow, dude. That's fascinating. Unlearn.
yeah,
Unlearn. Stop playing, dude. Fucking suck, dude.
yeah.
Man. Okay, then what was the big one? So now like the opposite, and then we can move on. What was the big thing that you learned with the private lesson?
I think it was just getting better and being motivated. You know, I don't know if I can pinpoint like one thing. It's just playing more correctly and learning faster how to do so.
Yeah, because with other instruments, it's like kind of with other instruments, it's kind of okay to play wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So with violin, is it strictly like it has to be correct?
Yeah, I guess in a classical sense, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's so different, dude. It's so fucking different, dude. Dude, can we? I was gonna ask you, can we hear it?
Yeah,
We
sure.
we haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked you to play the verse, and we just kept going. All right. And then once we hear it, I might play a riff, dude. We'll see. And what's crazy about your band too is like you guys are all different tunings. So I was trying to play some like breakdowns for you guys, but like I'm all over the place. Is this E? Is this G? I heard double C. I was like, okay, you got
We
crazy.
use transpose, just so we are able to. That's a way for us to experiment with like where does my vocals go, like which range am I gonna choose for the song. So that's usually how we decide, or we just like some songs you want them to be heavier or like thicker. But yeah, we often change keys just for my vocals.
But the vocals come after.
Yeah, but you know, we write the song together with the vocals.
Oh.
Yeah. So you might have an instrumental idea, maybe not even a full song, but then we piece it together, try to like complete a song
Interesting.
with the vocals. And
Yeah, because I heard singers talk about how they struggle to sing in key. So for people, I get it. Like it's metal sounds like okay, it's just one fucking tone, but I've heard vocalists talk about like I can't sing in that fucking key. I can't sing that.
yeah.
Or I can't scream that. I guess would be. But you could go any range. It sounds.
Yeah, but you know, I have my limits on like how high I can go.
Sure.
So depends on what type of chorus you want. Like, do you want a full power, like clean mixed with scream kind of vocal? Then we know like the sweet spot.
Okay.
But if you want to do something different and try something new,
Okay.
like we did, I feel like we Did that a couple of times on the new record. I think Continuum is a great example, where it's just it's a softer vocal in the chorus.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've never heard that.
All right.
Dude, can we jam, dude?
Yeah. So I can just show you the basic sound here.
Let's do it.
Now it's just reverb.
Okay. That's beautiful, man. And that's his
Thank
reverb.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
Sick. You were you were talking about a violin scream.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that?
So it's something we figure out when I got the Sunset.
Okay.
So, because this one doesn't really pick up so much from my vocals now.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
you just hear like a short
Okay.
from the reverb maybe. But as soon as we got the distortion, we noticed like this shit is feedbacking as hell, and like you're getting actually picked up vocals from it. So it was just an idea to start using it, because on some parts of the record, like I was talking about before, we're like using VSTs. There are vocal parts where they're overly distorted vocals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's typically when I tend to use the violin scream. The scream into the...
You just so you use it as a mic too.
Yeah.
I mean, literally picks up your voice.
Yeah.
Interesting, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Not to put any pressure, but just such a joke earlier. I was just kind of playing one notes, and you were able to play with it.
Yeah.
Can I play like a rip or something? Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone knows, listening, watching, this is completely freestyle. We have not rehearsed this.
No, and...
And Eddie, this goes out to you, man. Thank you for playing, dude. Honor.
Cheers, brother. I'm not a great freestyle player, though, so I'm not making
Same,
any
it's fine.
promises.
Let's see if this sounds.
Tuning, are you in?
Drop A. So
A?
E, A.
Yeah,
And I'll
nice.
probably be around E. Sick, dude. That was his freestyle. See?
Yeah.
You got it, man. That was awesome.
Did you hear the delay?
Oh, that was the that was the time live?
Timeline, yeah.
Timeline, nice,
Yeah.
dude. Holy crap. Dude, that was freestyling.
Yeah.
We had no idea what the heck we were doing. Could you one last thing. Could you, if I play a riff, could you kind of match it? Because I don't know why, but I like minor changes. So it kind of sounds off. Like a let's see if we're doing this. Sick,
Yeah,
dude.
I wasn't really matching you, but
It sounded fine to me.
yeah.
I like hitting wrong notes.
Yeah.
It's fucking sick. Hey Jay, can we go back to that one video where I wanted Eddie to play the verse? Yeah, yeah.
God for you, man. Yeah.
Okay, so now we know the verse is 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
So this riff, dude, about 2 minutes in.
That's the one.
So it's right after this part.
Yeah, it's like 3 places in the song, but
Yeah, what are you doing there?
huh?
What are you doing there?
Where? Here.
The verse, yeah.
I mean, here I'm just singing. There's a cello in the background, but then it's.
Oh, okay. That's sick, dude.
It's a pretty simple melody, but I like simple melodies.
Well, it's hard to write and simple one. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
I guess we even go to is that E? Is that
No, I mean.
how do you tune that?
Okay, yeah. So you have G, D,
Oh, okay.
A, E. So
Got
it's different from a guitar.
Okay.
It's in quarters.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, because I noticed in this part it hits one of those off notes that I like.
Yeah.
It's like when you hit like a minor, like an off note at the very end. That's literally like one of my favorite things that someone does on a violin.
Yeah.
It's sick, dude. And it makes you want to cry. That's when I start crying, dude. It's fucking.
Yeah, but like I said, the new.
Oh, the
toy,
pog, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta do the pog.
Yeah. I think maybe it's just.
It's fucking
picking up
sad,
from
man.
It is picking up from this at the same time, I think. But yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Actually, I use it sometimes with some distortion. Like at the end.
Distortion, dude.
At the end of God Fearing Man, you have this like, this sound in the breakdown. So I just use it to like whip the violin.
Okay.
With the pog on. I think. Yeah. Just like aggressive. Yeah.
That makes me want to freaking headbang, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. That was the biggest reason I bought it, but now I start to play around with it live for some different parts.
Okay.
Because then you get like the range of something in between a cello and a viola.
Okay.
So viola, if you move everything down, so you start with a C.
Okay.
If you octave that down, you have a cello. But since I'm on G, and if I octave this down, I'm in between those two instruments.
Okay. That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
It sounds awesome. So so you it was before the record, the Black. You were playing with like I'm trying to put it in. I know this is not the proper term, but I'm trying to put it in simple terms. But you're playing with like a mini orchestra like behind you,
Hmm.
right? And you said that's what really like inspired the band to really incorporate that
Yeah.
into the record, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Nice.
Because we did that for our last record, Heaven and Hiding. We did
Yeah.
that live session with a quartet.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, we already had some strings in that album, but it was more of a mixture, I would say.
Okay.
So some of those songs we got like we elaborated the string score,
Okay.
and it was actually one of our friends who did that for us because I didn't have time for this live session.
Yeah, this was an exact session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, when we went into writing for the Black, I just already imagined that we have this quartet with us. And it would make everything so much easier because as we were writing the songs, I would write down the sheet music
Okay.
at the same time, or like after the session maybe.
Yeah.
Because at one point I'm going to need to re-record this stuff. And it's way easier if I have just the sheets in front of me than having to like, what did I do there? Like go back and listen. So everything is already transcribed, and you
Okay.
can just hand them over to someone else to play it as well.
Okay. I noticed they were doing the same thing we were talking about earlier. They have the sheet music in front of them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're just shredding, dude.
Yeah.
That's shredding to me. That's shredding, dude. I kind of had a quick idea.
Hmm?
Can I play a freaking breakdown, dude?
Yeah.
Okay. This is gonna be a drop one too.
Cool. I can give you my classic breakdown thing here.
Nice. Thank you, man. Thank you.
No worries.
I was wondering how I was gonna sound if I did a quick chug, dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man.
No worries.
I could freestyle jam for a while. Yeah, because when I'm alone, I try to put I'll have these clean riffs, but I don't know like. Then I try to transpose it on like Logic, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I always wanted to jam with someone before. Thank you. That was my first time ever jamming with the player.
Yeah.
I'm honored,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you.
Likewise.
That's fucking badass. What up? Is there anything about you, Eddie, or your band that you want people to know about? Anything?
I mean, we just put out our extended edition of the Black.
Yes.
But are you thinking of something else that?
Yeah,
or-
something maybe like personally, maybe you want out there. It could be about you. It could be about the band, about your playing. This is your stage.
Yeah. I mean, we leave ourselves out there pretty much. And we have some really exciting things coming up, but you know how it is. You can't tell
Sure.
until it's official.
Sure.
But I can say we have been working on writing. We have been doing so for a while, so it feels really exciting, actually.
You're always writing.
Yeah.
I could tell that you're a very creative person.
Yeah.
You know, you have that vibe. There's always you're always writing. It's like you can't tell people that you're writing a record because what's changed.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
always
Yeah, we try to
always
keep
rocking.
we try to keep that fresh, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what happened after having hiding. We took a break from writing.
Why?
Because usually I feel a bit drained, like I'm out of ideas. I need to have a little bit of a break to get inspired again and to find this, what is the next thing gonna be. So when we were starting writing for the Black, we were kind of late, so to say.
Okay.
That's where we decided to record and release singles as we went along.
Oh. Okay.
So that whole process was actually just us. Okay, here's a single. Let's record it and release it. Which gave us some time, to still be consistent, and we could still be relevant and like release new music while we're still working on the album.
Okay.
But after releasing the Black, we picked it up pretty soon. So we just started to write again just to keep that fresh.
Yeah. Well, so what happened with your last record? So how long did you? Like, how long did that take for you to kind of get ideas going again? Because I know people like struggle with that sometimes. It's just not there.
Yeah.
How do you get that ideas to come back?
So what we did in the past was like we would do a couple acoustic songs. That was a way to like keep being creative while you don't really write new songs. It's just different versions of the song.
Oh wow!
So it was a way for us to just like be creative, but be creative with something different and not metal. But it took us. We released Heaven and Hiding in 2021. So
good 3 years.
It took us at least like we had probably a 2 year break. Almost.
A 2-year break?
Almost from writing, because we started releasing singles for the Black in 23, and that's when we started writing for it too. We did that album in like 9 months.
Like from like scratch.
Yeah.
This is
and
so,
no scrapped songs either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn the lesson.
Every song is on the record.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So a 2-year break just to cleanse them. I don't know. I don't know what you even call that. The creative muscle. The soul.
I don't know why it took us some time, but
you
that's
can't
how
force
it is
it.
sometimes. Yeah.
You can't force it, man. It's like,
I think we were also. It was also due to the fact that we wrote Heaven and Hiding during pandemic.
yeah.
2020 was the year we wrote everything. Released in 21, and then we were still, we couldn't tour.
Yeah.
And then we started touring in 22, and then there was a pretty busy year because everyone's out the gate, and we had an album tour, we had an acoustic tour, and then we had summer festivals, and then we had the tour with In Flames.
Yeah.
So it's like a pretty packed year for us.
Yeah. So you're taking a break, but you're still kind of you're doing.
Yeah, we're still working that album, so it doesn't
something else.
It doesn't feel like Imminence is on a break. We did the acoustic stuff.
Yeah.
For that record too. Recorded videos of that. We did the live session with the strings. So we're consistently doing new things anyway. It's just not for a new album. It's still working that same record.
Yes. Doing something, but not the thing.
Yeah.
Right. Dude, congrats on the In Flames tour. I know how big. To be honest, I really didn't understand like the impact that band has made on people, especially for you guys. So it's kind of cool to get you guys to be on tour with them.
Yeah.
Play shows.
It was massive for us. Yeah.
It just, dude, that child was always.
Yeah.
We did it. We did it from a freaking village.
Yeah, exactly.
I spent 15 years taking lessons. I just had to unlearn.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
What do your parents think?
I mean, they're super proud. They're really
Did he come
happy.
out to did he come out to shows or?
Yeah, I mean, they do. It's not like they wouldn't travel like to a different country maybe.
Yeah.
But like when we're playing close by,
Yeah, what do you even play like around there,
we
right?
usually play Copenhagen.
Yeah, because you're right by Copenhagen. It's
Yeah.
right there. It's like literally
Yeah.
right. It's like right across.
But we've been talking
that
about
makes sense.
how cool it would be to do a real headline show in Malmö because
Yeah.
we never really done that.
Yeah, because I guess so. In high school, there was a little local scene, but it kind of died off, right?
Yeah,
Okay. And then even like touring bands or even successful club bands were struggling.
yeah, in Malmö especially.
Yeah.
But I think it's so close to Copenhagen, so
People just went to Copenhagen or something.
yeah, I think bands did that, and I think there's an interest to play like you have big festivals like metal festivals in Denmark. So
Yeah.
I think for a lot of bands, maybe strategically, it makes sense to focus on like on Copenhagen, because in Sweden you can play Gothenburg or Stockholm.
Yeah. And didn't you guys have the foresight what's happening with like your local scene kind of going away? Hey, we need to go down to Europe because it's not because there's nowhere to go here.
Yeah, I mean, we're still doing things in the local scene at that time, and doing quite well. Like we would put together our own kind of like mini festival in Malmö, and that did pretty decent, But we always knew Europe's gonna be the next step. That's where we want to go. We want to go on tour.
You want to put in that 100%.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. It's cool to see you, Harold and Alex, in it for what are you talking? 15 years.
Yeah.
Haven't killed each other.
Exactly.
That's important, man.
Yeah. Yeah. We've
It's cool.
when you've gone through everything together and you started off in a little family car, basically touring Europe, sleeping on couches and in garages, or
being harassed by cats.
yeah. Yeah, you saw that too.
What's up with you and cats? What's your beef? Oh, I guess cats have beef. So cats have a beef with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That explains your 2 dogs.
I have 5.
You have 5 dogs.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. And they give cats a second chance. Just a second. It's find a cool cat. Do you guys still watch Rocky before every record?
Yeah.
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 What a movie.
Yeah, it's amazing.
When you watch Rocky, dude, or even like put on that fucking song, dude, you get instantly like inspired.
It's so incredible.
It is motivating, dude.
Yeah.
But it's just. Did you watch it before the Black?
Yeah, we had because this time it was like a split up studio time. But definitely one of the sessions we had there, we watched all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
How many Rockies
Even
are there
the bad
again?
ones. I don't know.
What,
It's
6?
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. How many are in the Rocky series? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4,
6. Yeah, 6, and then the Creed movies.
6. So 6, technically 9. Would you count the Creeds? You think?
I wouldn't count them in the same. I mean, it's the same universe, but it's not the same series. But we did watch them too.
Damn, you know what, dude? This is a special record. Let's watch all 9.
Yeah,
Dude, there's something about that first. And I talk about Universal, dude. It just pumps you up, dude. If there's certain things I do if I'm lost, and there's certain movies that you could watch that just put you right back in that center. Could be a song, could be some songs. That movie is one of them for sure.
Yeah.
It just puts you right back. You're like, okay, refocused. Fuck everybody.
yeah.
Just
I mean,
take over the world, man.
These days we have also separate studio time, because it's a bit much to be away 4 to 6 weeks, all of us together when we're touring so much, and you want to spend time with your family and stuff.
Yeah, man.
So we usually just record one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
But
And with the black, did you really use you recorded from home as your main tracks?
my vocals, everything is from home.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you were trying to recreate the vibe and you couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It happens.
Because as I've gone more into like production, not
Yeah.
for other people, but for us,
Yeah.
like it becomes more and more fun to like be creative with it, like with different types of effects or just like getting that right vibe of the song with the vocal delivery. And that's just I find it so hard sometimes to recreate, especially if you worked a lot on it to make it sound perfect to you. So why re-record something that sounds perfect?
Yeah, I couldn't tell until I found you saying it. I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you hear something, it changes your like perception. I'm like, oh shit, I couldn't. Sounds fun. Yeah. Sometimes when you're trying to like recreate something, it's just something's missing.
Yeah.
Something is missing, dude.
I mean, we do the guitars, like almost everything, but that's because we love to play with real amps, and
Of course.
like especially with having so many different tunings. We don't really use transpose in the studio. We tune down the guitars to the right keys.
Yeah.
So that's something we still do, but we might keep a few things, like a few leads, or if there's something special that you did on guitar that's like
Sick.
a focus point, maybe you keep that from the pre-production too.
I heard you talk about Alejandro Gonzalez. He's a director for the Reverend Birdman. He has a last name, but I can't pronounce his last name.
Iñárritu?
Yes.
Yeah.
Erarito?
Iñárritu, I think.
Erarito.
Iñárritu.
So he's a Mexican filmmaker,
Yeah.
and I never seen the Reverend. Is it? I hear it's badass.
Yeah. The Revenant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Reverend, dude. Let's go.
That's a great film.
Let's freaking go, man.
No, it's really, really cool.
And he did. He also did Birdman,
Yeah.
right?
I recently rewatched it because I watched it when it came out, and
Yeah.
that's a while ago.
Huh.
I rewatched it now. I loved it too.
Scene.
Yeah, it's holding up.
Yeah, because you guys. I mean, you've also directed some of the videos.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you have any influence on some of them, or?
I mean, maybe. I think, like, in an inspiring sense, like, I would watch a lot of films in my teenage years and early 20s, just loving film.
Yeah.
So that was always something that, I would get inspired by, or, like, you wanted to figure out, like, what kind of lenses are they using, or, like, how do you make
Sure.
something look like this?
Sure.
But that was me getting into video was actually just a way to save money. It's like,
Dang.
because the first music video we did ever with a guy, he had a cheap like DSLR camera,
Okay.
and that video cost us like $400, and that was still, that's super cheap for a video, but for us at that time, it was still a lot of money. So I just looked up what kind of camera he had, and it costed something like that. Like, it was a cheap one. So I was like, maybe I just buy one myself, and we'll
Wow.
figure this out.
Man, I'm gonna buy the camera. Fuck that, dude.
And then that became an interest too. Like,
It's a whole other way to get creative.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah. Then you get into like editing and like lighting. And it, I can't put words to it, but it influences the music.
yeah,
There's some connection with the cameras and music. I haven't put my finger on it yet, but it's something.
yeah,
You kind of look at music at like a different way.
yeah.
Trying a bunch of weird shit. You know, or just keep the muscle going. We were talking earlier about being jaded.
Yeah.
You know, it's just something. Yeah, it's something that keeps your mind is going differently.
Yeah.
I can't I can't put my finger on it, but yeah, doing other things that are creative, it just hits the music
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
I don't know what
It's
it
something
is.
that inspired me a lot for writing the Black too, like thinking of making the scores more cinematic, and like we also have a few instrumental pieces there, which are definitely more. Um, they could be in could have been written for a movie or for a series or a game. It's just something that I really love as well, like that type of music. So it was cool to draw those influences and to play that out.
That's awesome, man. Cool. Well, Eddie, I mean, congrats on how far the band has come, dude.
Thank you.
It's pretty sick. Anything come to mind yet as far as something that you want out there?
I'm pretty happy, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty happy where I'm at.
You look happy.
Thank you.
That the band the guys are intact. I always say like people, it's a common question. We always get it. You know, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
How are you? What's up, dude? How you doing? And I always say, I mean, my lady's happy. I'm happy. The guys are happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because if they're not happy, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
If the girl's not stoked, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So if the guys are happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, that's your family, man.
Yeah.
That's your Swedish family.
Yeah.
You know, and now I'm in it.
Exactly.
Thank you for jamming, dude. It was sick.
Yeah. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure. Yeah, it was that was my first time jamming with a violin player. Not only that, but like a very talented one.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you.
Oh, one last question. How long did it take you to unlearn what you learned the past 15 years?
Yeah, probably that time, like 1.5 years, but it would still.
It took that long.
Yeah.
To unlearn.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
But it's like it's things you constantly work on, like fixing details, you know.
Fixing details. Man, it took you 1.5 years to undo 15 years of work, man.
Yeah.
Worth it though. You
Yeah.
know?
Do you want to try to scream?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it, man. Please.
Do you want to scream?
I'll try. I mean, I'm not a singer, but I have one kind of scream that
So
I can do.
it sounds a little bit different in
I'm gonna try.
in the headphones, because when we do this live, this will feedback.
Okay.
And now we won't get the feedback.
Okay.
I'll give you some delay too.
So I just scream in this fucking thing.
I think as soon as I plug it in again.
All right. Let's freaking hear this thing, dude.
Yeah.
Warning, I've done it a couple times. I have one tone. That's all I got.
Yeah, you're good.
Sure?
You're good. Yeah.
Okay. You guys, I might show you up. So like that?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were gonna grow, man.
That's my band right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would we'll get a hammer and just scream really high.
Yeah.
That's my first time growling too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
It's not it's not terrible. Okay. Shit. And that's from that guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, sick.
I got it tweaked kind of the way I like it, and then when you add
That's
more
cool.
stuff, you can have more fun. Like you can use the pog too
Okay.
if you want to have a different.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Sick. Well, Eddie, thank you for making a drive, man. Should
Yeah. It was a pleasure.
yeah. Any closing thoughts closing thoughts, closing feelings.
I'm grateful to be here, and I'm looking forward to playing here tomorrow. I really feel like we are blessed being able to do what we do, and being out here on the road and meeting incredible people like yourself. So
I'm
I'm
honored,
just
man.
thankful to be here.
Pleasure, man. Thank you, man. All right,
Thank you.
Eddie. Till next time.
Until next time.
That's it. Later.